Welcome, curious friends, to this special episode. Disney announced a $2 billion investment into Disneyland Paris and the Walt Disney Studios. We are going to dig deeper into that and see what those $2 billion can buy you, see the new projects. So be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, click that little bell to see all the new videos. We are going to check out what they have in store for us. So, what happened? Bob Iger actually took a plane from Anaheim, went over to Paris to see the president of France. Can you imagine the impact something like this has? It's $2 billion. That's a lot. They were sitting at the office of the president to discuss this investment. So just to tell you, it's huge. And things are changing right here in this spot. This entrance is going to change. They're going to open up the doors to let all those people in and out. So a lot of changes are going to happen, and it's going to start right here. But follow along, we're going to see more. So actually, this studio, Studio 1, isn't that big, and a lot of people are going in and out. So it's going to have to change. It's going to have to be bigger. I don't know if we're still going to have to eat a burger here, or if the shop is going to stay, but it's going to change inside. And I do hope so. They're going to have a bigger hallway because a lot of people are going to visit what's up next. So now let's take a look at this concept art, because what we see behind me will totally change. Where we still have the studio tram tour right now and the Hollywood sign, this will be one open way to that big giant lake. So as you can see on the artwork, on the concept art, the tram tour is gone, and it's not that we're gonna miss a lot. It has been downgraded through the years, so I'm not gonna miss it, and it's gonna make way for something so much better. So, although Star Wars stage is still behind me with the tower, this will be the entry of Marvel Land, starting really soon with a stunt show to open this summer, and then shortly behind that, Rock and Roller Coaster is going to transform into Iron Man. And that's not the only thing, because Marvel Land is the only land which will actually be built on something that exists today, and that's the backlot. So a lot of things are going to change back there, and we are going to take a look at all those attractions and restaurants going to change in the near future. Another thing that is going to change is Armageddon special effects. Now I'm waiting for this for a very long time. No more burns on your face, no more eyebrows that are burned away going inside of there. No, this will change. And if you see on the concept art, not really teamed right or something special on there, but the building looks like the building of Ant-Man at Hong Kong. So maybe we can await something like Ant-Man here. But for the moment, it's just a beautiful building. One thing is for sure, Armageddon will close. So announced before the $2 billion investment was this ride changing into an Iron Man ride. So we didn't know what's gonna happen. We did see some concept art from the inside of the ride, but now we have seen the outside of the building will be rounded. So I don't know what to expect when you come close at it, but we know what's going to happen inside, and Iron Man is going to take over this place. It's still going to be a roller coaster, but we're saying goodbye to Aerosmith and saying hi to Iron Man. So, this show saw some adaptations. We saw the Love Bug in there. He's gone. Lightning McQueen is already outside, and soon to end this show. Because on the concept art, we can see that this huge place and stage will remain, but maybe for a stunt show and a Marvel stunt show. Can you imagine the Avengers coming down here? and a whole stunt show made around the Avengers. As you can see, we can see the plane of the Avengers right there in front of this big stadium. So who knows what's gonna happen? I don't. One thing is for sure, Motors Action is closing and will close quite soon. One thing I couldn't find on this concept art is this thing, the Café des Cascadeurs. The oldest restaurant here, because it was used before it ever came to Disneyland or to the Walt Disney Studios. My favorite place to get a burger, but I couldn't find it anywhere on those concept arts. So if it will go away, if it will stay, it's a big question mark. But if it goes, I will miss this place. So behind me, the entrance of Studio Tram Tour will be the long way to that giant lake with Frozen and Star Wars Land just next to that. But before we head in to those new lands and that giant lake, let's go and see what they have in store for us at Toy Story Land, because a new ride is coming. So let's go and check that out. So it's Slinky Dog behind me, with RC racers to the left of me. Just behind, some aliens are gonna make a little fun here behind me. We are gonna have our own alien swirling saucers. Alien swirling. You get the picture. But the new attraction that we have seen on concept art for the new Toy Story Land at the Hollywood Studios in Florida is going to make an appearance right here at the Walt Disney Studios in Paris. No time schedule, but they're welcome here. More playland for us. Soon, this castle won't be the only castle anymore here in Disneyland Paris. Elsa's Frozen Castle will appear at the Walt Disney Studios. This big project, including the only Walt Disney franchise that has survived among Marvel, Star Wars and Toy Story. Frozen Land, the Kingdom of Arendelle. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this big icy castle being a restaurant? Maybe a themed restaurant where you can meet Anna, Elsa, who knows, maybe even Hans? You never know. Well, I'm the most excited for this new part, this right center of this big lake being Arendelle, being that Frozen Land. We have seen concept art from Tokyo and Hong Kong, and I can't wait to see this thing come to life, even with temperatures like here and like having right now. I'm freezing to that. Can you imagine that at Frozen Land, or even with 10 centimeters of snow? I can't wait for that. Well, I can't wait for the snow, but not for Frozen Land. So really excited to see that happen. And yeah, who knows what's gonna be the next thing. You know, I have a giant lake, shows, evening shows, boats, who knows? I'm excited. Let's go to the next land. Something we all expected to come here in Discovery Land was Star Wars Land. Well, actually, Galaxy's Edge. Not true. It goes right up next to Frozen and next to that giant lake, Star Wars Land in the Walt Disney Studios. We don't know quite what we're gonna get. The artwork does look like a little Galaxy's Edge, but not exactly. No Millennium Falcon, but an X-Wing. Are we gonna get a ride? Are we gonna get the same ride as we see at Florida or maybe California? Who knows? On this moment right now at the concept art, we can't see exactly, is it gonna be a ride? Is it gonna be a restaurant or a cantina? One thing is for sure, it goes right into the new Walt Disney Studios and not here in Discovery Land. So will we still keep Star Tours? Will this whole Star Wars craze keep going on here in the Disneyland park? Or is everything moving right to Star Wars Land in the Walt Disney Studios? Who knows? We'll see that in a few years. So a few odd things that we have noticed on this concept art. One of them is this ride. You know, I love Aladdin, I love the genie, but these carpets belong in Adventureland and not that much in a whole new renewal of this park. This isn't Pixar, it's on the wrong side, so I'd rather see this in Adventureland than in this renewed park. But hey, who knows what can change in the future? another odd thing on this concept art is the Hollywood Tower Hotel. Now, I like the ride, I like the building, but it was time to get this thing changed, especially as it's in the middle of Marvel Land. So, well... Oh, yeah. Now, looking at beautiful concept art isn't the only thing that we have to do with this project. We also have to realize what 2 billion euros is. You could buy 10,000 Ferraris. I'm guessing you don't want to know that. But for instance, Pandora Wall of Avatar cost approximately 400 million euros to build. That's 5 times Avatar Land, 5 times Pandora that we can build for that amount of money. Galaxy's Edge in Florida is estimated at 650 million euros. That's 3 times Galaxy's Edge. If you're going to compare that to smaller things, like for instance Universal, where Wizarding World of Harry Potter cost, with Diagon Alley, the rides in there, cost approximately 210 million euros. You can build 10 times that thing. The whole of Shanghai Disneyland was approximately 5 billion euros. That's almost half of that. So this is such a big deal. On the other hand, cracking all those numbers, we know that those 2 billion euros will most probably not only be used for the expansion here at the Walt Disney Studios. I think they can do, and they will do, more with that money. That's not the only reason why all that money is coming in. Maybe we will see some other things. Maybe there are things on this concept art that we don't see, or they didn't want us to see. So on this side behind me, this is the side where all the new stuff is gonna come. We're gonna have Star Wars Land, Frozen, and a giant lake. Now, on timing, they're talking about opening between the first part, 2021, until 2025. Well, you ask me, 2021 may be a bit early. We have the 20th anniversary of the Walt Disney Studios in 2022, which is more realistic for Marvel. And then Frozen, Star Wars, I think everything going up to 2025. Don't forget, we have the Olympics coming 2024, and we know that's going to attract a lot of people who want to see all that new stuff. So let's hope it comes soon. We still have another 7 years to go. Yeah, 7. So that's quite a lot. We're going to come a few times over here to check on the progress. Now we can only wait. So this was it. This was my view on this concept art, on this 2 billion investment. And 2 billion, as we have discussed, is way more than they're gonna invest only in this park. So we can only imagine what's up next. First things first, let them finish all this, and let's see what they can do with the rest of that gigantic sum of money. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you. A special thanks to DLP-licious. Go check them out. We'll link them down below. The help they gave me for making this video, because I don't have a camera in my hand, so that was an easy one. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you real soon. Bye guys.